What is going on, beautiful people? I hope you are having an amazing day. Welcome back to another episode of the Thrive Forever Fit Show. I'm your host, Jay Nixon, and if you know anything about me or you've listened to this show for any amount of time, you know that my goal is to help you live your happiest, healthiest life while on the quest to cure obesity. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I am immensely grateful that you spend your time listening to me rant and ramble about all things health, wellness, abundance, and opportunity. It absolutely means the world to me. Today's episode is sponsored by my brand new weight loss transformation program called Flex. Flex stands for a flexible lifestyle eating and exercise program. And my promise is this: it will be the last program you ever need to purchase. It is a weight loss program that is not a diet. I know that just blew your mind. This is not a diet. There's no pills, potions, or false promises that you have to purchase. There's no fad, no covers of magazines, no doctors in lab coats. This is real deal lifestyle transformation that is going to change your life forever. You will never need to do another diet. You're going to get expert level support and accountability. You're going to get transformative information about how to eat, when to eat, what to eat. There's 3 reasons that people struggle with weight loss. It's too much, too often, or the wrong combination. They're either eating too much food, too often, or they're eating the wrong combinations. And I'm going to help you fix all 3 of those. Thousands of people just like you have ditched the depressive diet roller coaster, have come on board with the Thrive Forever Fit Flex program and are transforming their lives. We've got clients that have lost 10 pounds in the first 7 days, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. We've got clients that are over 130 pounds down. Guys, I promise you, this is the last program you'll ever need to purchase. And I am more than honored to offer it to you so that I can help you on your journey. All right, let's get to the show. Weight loss without deprivation. Crazy, right? Weight loss without starvation. Can't be, Jay. There's no such thing. You have to deprive yourself. You have to starve yourself. These are 2 of the most gigantic myths in the weight loss, wellness, health, and fitness world that you've ever been told. In actuality, if you are depriving yourself, if you are starving yourself, if you are on some kind of radical, new fad, nonsensical pill, potion, lotion, program, whatever it might be, you're basically setting yourself up for failure. And you know this because you've done this time and time and time and time again. You've starved yourself trying to get into a certain dress. You've starved yourself trying to get ready for a certain vacation, for a certain event, for a wedding, for a graduation, for a whatever it might be. You've tried this and you know what the end results are. And here's the truth: you can lose weight without depriving yourself. You can lose weight without starving yourself. And here's another truth: losing weight is challenging. It can be downright overwhelming. But especially if you feel like you have to give up everything that you love in order to get something that you probably perceive as even unattainable. So if you've got to give up all the food that you love, and you've got to deprive yourself and starve yourself, do you really think you're going to have long-term success? There's no way. I've been doing this for so long. I watch people on a daily basis try to starve or just white knuckle themselves into a little bit of weight loss. And you know what ends up happening? Yes, they might lose 1, 2, 3, maybe 10, 15 pounds. But it always, always, always comes back, because when you deprive or starve yourself, that's going to create a massive amount of overwhelm. It's going to create a massive amount of chaos and adversity in your brain. And when a human being faces adversity, they fall back onto their habits. And your habit is to love the foods that you love. And once you get sick and tired of the deprivation, once you get sick and tired of the starvation, of saying no over and over and over and over again, you are going to fall back to your habit. And your habit is overconsumption of the foods that you love. So what I'm going to tell you about today is how you can eat all the things you love, how you don't have to give up anything, But the caveat is we just have to be intelligent about it. Here's something new that I've implemented into my Thrive Forever Fit Flex coaching program. For February, we're doing what's called Save It Till Saturday. Save it till Saturday. And what this is designed to do is to teach my clients how to not succumb to instant gratification and how to delay the reward for what it is that they want. And I'll give you a perfect example. So let's say it's Tuesday and you decide you want some pasta, or you want a piece of cake, or you want a cookie, or you want those 3 cold beers that you love. You simply have to say, I can have that, but I'm going to save it till Saturday. Saturday is going to be my reward day. And let me tell you about a specific story that just happened. One of my clients, Joanne, is using this very strategy. And it was on a Tuesday. And she said, you know what? I'd really like some pasta, but I'm going to save it till Saturday. I'm going to do what Jay suggested that I do. And on Saturday, when I have my reward meal, I'm going to have that pasta. Well, this was on Tuesday. And when Saturday rolled around and it was Celebration Saturday, Joanne's out to dinner, one of her favorite restaurants, looking at the menu and decides, I don't even want that pasta. I'm going to have the delicious salmon that I love so much here. And so it does a couple of things. It showed her, and it should show you, that by delaying the gratification, you probably won't even want the thing that you thought you wanted when you thought you wanted it. And when it comes time to be able to say yes to that reward, right? Because we're not doing deprivation and starvation. You can have anything you want to eat. You're probably going to say, I don't really want that anyway. But if you don't, and if you do want the pasta on Saturday, or the cake, or the cookie, or the cold beers, then you can have it. But what you're doing is you're showing yourself that you're in charge. Your cravings aren't in charge. Your desire for instant gratification is not in charge. You are. And as long as you're making the decision and not allowing your emotions or your feelings or stress or just simple instant, that purebred 2023 desire for that heart click like instant gratification, you're delaying that. What you're doing is developing a new habit. You're teaching yourself that you are strong enough and that you have the power to make your own decisions. And when you say no, it's no. And when you say yes, it's yes. Right now, many of you are not doing that. Your habit is to have an emotional reaction and then make a decision based on that emotion, AKA stress eating, right? Every hand in the room went up when I said, are you a stress eater? Of course you are. It's the easiest default excuse that we have as humans. I eat when I'm stressed. Okay. Well, what if you just made better decisions when you're stressed? And it wasn't the fact that it was the food that you were trying to get into yourself. It was you're using food as a weapon when you stress eat, because it could be booze, it could be gambling, it could be a whole bunch of nonsensical things that you give your power away to. But if you decide to take the power back and using a simple strategy like save it till Saturday, such a gift. And so now what my clients are realizing is they can retrain their brain. They can develop new neural pathways that allow them to be in charge of their decision-making. And therefore they don't have to deprive themselves. They don't have to starve themselves, because they get to eat what they want based on them being in charge and putting their goals at the forefront of their decision-making process. You see, because when you stress and emotionally eat and you make an instant gratification decision, your goals aren't even in the forefront of your thoughts. You're not even thinking about your goals. You're not even thinking about weight loss. You're not even thinking about health. You're just thinking, I want this now and I'm going to do it, right? No questions even pop into your brain. So what the Save It Till Saturday does is it requires you to pause and think. And as a human being, you are so intelligent. If you will just pause and think, and then make a better decision for the outcome that you really desire. The truth is this: weight loss does not have to mean deprivation. Weight loss does not have to mean starvation. In fact, focusing solely on restriction will lead to you being burned out, and you will regain any amount of weight that you lose. And you are probably living proof of that already. But I can tell you thousands and thousands of countless cases of clients that I've worked with that this is the very case. So the key to sustainable weight loss is finding a healthy balance between making lifestyle changes that work for you and delaying those gratifications, those instant gratifications. So everything I teach and preach in my Flex program is about creating a lifestyle. You're never going to hear me talk about you can't eat that. Now, I think there are a subset of food-like products that you should probably avoid if you are trying to decrease inflammation, if you want to be a health purist and all of those things. But as far as food goes, like real food, there are no foods that are off limits. If you create a lifestyle that facilitates health, wellness, right? But most of our lifestyles don't facilitate that. Most of our current lifestyles facilitate inflammation, disease, right? Fatigue, like all of those things. It's all of the negative side effects that we're getting from not being able to delay gratification and from trying to starve and deprive ourselves over and over and over again. That's what keeps you on the diet roller coaster, is that starvation deprivation cycle, because there's no way you can stay in it long term. But if you create a lifestyle for yourself that you can live with forever, then you're never going to feel starved. You're never going to feel deprived, because all of those rewards and celebrations are built into your current life. So what I want to do today is I want to give you some tips and strategies on how you can lose weight without feeling deprived or without feeling starved. Deal? Sound pretty cool? All right, let's go. Number one is I want you to practice mindful eating. Now, I know some of you guys just blacked out. And you're like, what do you mean mindful eating? I have to sit in like a weird yoga pose while I eat? Absolutely not. Here's what mindful eating means. Instead of rushing through your meal and eating on the fly, all I'm asking you to do is this. Pause. You're going to hear me say that a million times, because as a human being, we never pause. We never really stop and ask ourselves a question. We never really pause and really reflect on the present moment. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause. I want you to take the time to sit down and really focus on your food. I believe we all have a relationship with food. And I believe most of those relationships are broken or damaged or abusive in some senses. So what I want you to do is repair that relationship with your food. I want you to sit down with your food as if it's a relationship that you're about to have a conversation with. You're about to have an interaction with. And what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to all of the little things about it, the flavors, the textures, the smells. I want you to savor each and every bite. I want you to chew it to maximum capacity. That's another thing we don't do. If you watch people eat, which is a little bit weird, I know, but if you watch people, even if you watch yourself eat, you're barely even chewing your food to a level of that it can get down the hole. So pause, slow down, pay attention, be present in the moment, savor. This will help you slow down, and you actually will avoid overeating if you do this, because you give your body time to process and understand and begin the digestive processes of understanding what it is that you're delivering to it, and then you're going to feel those feelings of fullness. Most of the time, we're shoving things down that hole so fast, we don't even give our body a chance to react or respond, and we're beyond full by the time we stop shoving it in. So practice mindful eating, number one. Number two is I want you to incorporate more whole foods, like more real foods, not food-like products. I want you to eat less from bags and boxes, because here's the truth. The more whole, nutritionally dense foods that you eat, the better your body is going to be able to process those foods. I'm a big believer in grass-fed beef, free-range chickens and eggs, healthy fats like avocado oils, grass-fed ghee, grass-fed butter, low glycemic carbohydrates like berries, broccoli, asparagus. Like these foods are naturally lower in calories, but super dense in nutritional value. See, the reason you don't feel satisfied most of the time is because you're eating food-like products that have no nutritional value. They're not dense in nutrition. And so you have to consume a massive amount of them to even feel full or satisfied. But then even when you feel full or satisfied, you're not getting the nutrients from those foods that make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. So I want you to eat more whole, real foods. Number 3, you don't have to eliminate any foods. I want you to think of moderation as the key. I just talked about save it till Saturday, right? So you don't have to eliminate any foods, but what I want you to do is intelligently eat the foods that you love. If you eat pizza every single day, if you eat burgers every single day, if you eat ice cream and cake and cookies, the likelihood that you're going to have weight loss success is pretty slim, because it's going to cause a caloric overload. It just is. But that doesn't mean that you can't have cookies, cake, ice cream, and all of those things in a process and a program and a lifestyle that facilitates you being able to enjoy anything and everything. Like, I have developed a lifestyle for myself that I can eat anything, anytime, anywhere, with anybody that I want to eat, and it's not going to have any negative impact on me, because I've developed a lifestyle that facilitates that. I don't succumb to instant gratification. So instead of completely cutting out any of your favorite foods, I want you to try them in moderation and use the save it till Saturday technique. It will really benefit you. It's going to teach you that you're in control and the food is not. Some of you guys right now believe that the food is a monster, that there's food in your pantry that has the ability to jump out of that and into your mouth without you having any control over it. You have vilified some of your favorite foods. And that's what I'm talking about having a negative relationship. So what we want to do is this is going to help you foster a better relationship with food, because you're going to realize that you're in charge. So you don't have to eliminate anything. I want you to think of moderation as the key. I want you to allow yourself to have those treats, to save it till Saturday. And what this will do is it will prevent you from feeling deprived. It will prevent you from feeling starved. And it will allow you to maintain a lifestyle of weight loss and health and wellness that lasts forever. Number 4 is I want you to think about healthy alternatives. If you have a sweet tooth, which most people do, most people either really love sweets or they really love salty. It's just for some reason we were created that way. I want you to try to find healthy alternatives to the things that you love. It doesn't mean that you have to give up those things, but if you find healthy alternatives, then you can kind of mitigate some of the heaviness that those foods you love have upon you, right? Those heavy desserts. If you could find a better way to enjoy a dessert that didn't have the heaviness of an extra rich, dark, double, triple fudge chocolate cake, but you still enjoy the crap out of it, wouldn't that be beneficial? So for example, you can try making what I call it sludge, but it's called protein pudding. You can add fresh berries to that. You can add dark chocolate to that. And you can actually make it into a healthier version of a chocolate pudding, or a chocolate, like it's thick. It's like a brownie batter. We just use our Thrive Elite protein powder, a little bit of water. You stir it up and you kind of make a brownie or cake batter consistency. You throw in a few blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, or some dark chocolate. You stir it up, you put it in the fridge, and it is legitimately like eating brownie batter off of the little spinny things that mom used to make when we were kids. It is so freaking delicious. And it's all protein with a little bit of that sugary carbs that you get from the berries or from the dark chocolate, but it's delicious and it's great for you. I could even send you a recipe for some of the best chocolate chip cookies that you've ever eaten in your entire life that are quote unquote healthy for you. They're not as high in calories. They're super low in sugar. They've got a protein punch to them. So if you want it, let me know. I'll send it to you. These are healthy alternatives so you don't have to feel deprived and starved. Number 5 is I want you just to stay hydrated. And I know that sounds silly and simple, but it's so beneficial. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see right now I've got a giant thing of water at my desk all the time, 24/7, 365. I mean, that would be silly because you don't drink when you're sleeping, but you know what I mean? If I'm awake, there's water by me. I'm drinking water all day long, because if you stay hydrated, you'll stay full longer. Your metabolism will work better. Everything will work better. So if you're drinking an adequate amount of water throughout the day, it's going to keep you full and it's going to help you not overeat. So the goal is to aim to drink about 8 glasses of water a day. My goal is to try to drink about a gallon of water a day, half a gallon of water a day. I guarantee whatever goal you set will be more than you're currently drinking, so it's going to be beneficial. So get hydrated and stay hydrated. And lastly, this is one of the keys to not having to starve and deprive yourself. And I want to really elaborate on this, because when I first say it, you're going to think I mean something that I don't mean. So number 6 is get moving. But I'm going to elaborate on this really deeply. Regular exercise is essential for health, wellness, weight loss, and just you being your very best self. It helps with your brain, helps you think better, helps you be better. But what I want you to do is I want you to find an activity that you enjoy. Then I want you to make that part of your routine. I have a client that has lost over 130 plus pounds by simply walking, has never set foot inside of a big box gym in her life, doesn't lift weights. She's recently started doing some body weight movement, but lost 130 pounds walking because she implemented it into her lifestyle. She made it part of her lifestyle. So you can actually walk your way to weight loss. You don't have to crush yourself in the gym. You don't have to start CrossFit. You don't have to do high intensity interval training. You don't have to go buy a bike. You don't have to have a Peloton. You can legitimately walk your way to wellness. But if you want to do all those things, those are cool too. Just find something you love and do it consistently. Losing weight, guys, does not have to mean giving up everything you love. If you'll simply focus on creating healthy habits for yourself, making small changes, sustainable changes, you can reach your weight loss goals without ever feeling deprived or starved. And here's one last tip for you. Remember to be kind to yourself. And remember to celebrate your progress, no matter how small it is. I always tell my clients, I don't care if you lost a half a pound, I want to know about it. That half a pound is just as important to me as somebody losing 15 pounds, because progress is the key to sustainability. Progress creates momentum. And if you can create momentum in your life, you're going to have massive success. So use these 6 tips and strategies to lose weight, to help you create a lifestyle that works for you. That's what I am, a lifestyle transformation coach. I'm not even a weight loss coach. I think weight loss is a gorgeous side effect of making a beautiful transformation. But what I want for you is I want you to create a life that you love. I want you to create a life that you don't try to hide from, you don't try to avoid, that doesn't feel overwhelmed or chaotic, that isn't predicated on stress. Like, that's how most of us are living right now. So all I care about is you developing a lifestyle that works for you. And if you'll use these 6 tips and strategies that aren't based on anything radical, they're things you're already doing. I just want you to get more intentional about them. So use these tips, use these strategies, guys, to develop a lifestyle that really, really works for you. And this is what I've kind of predicated my whole career on. You've heard me talk about the Thrive Forever Fit Flex program. That's our kind of our mastermind group community program with unlimited support and accountability, where I do live weekly training calls where I answer all your questions. I give you strategies and tips on mindset, movement, weight loss, all the things. And I've recently developed a new product that I'm calling it kind of your weight loss your way bundle. It's a compilation and combination of all of the tools and the resources. It's like a toolbox full of lifestyle transformation strategies, from what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, where to eat, all the eating things, movement guides, challenges, mindset guides. It even has a free copy of The Overweight Mind in there, my first best-selling book, because I realized that people want to lose weight, but they want to lose weight their way. And so I know that not everybody is about being a part of a program and listening to me rant and rave and wanting to hear me coach and teach on a daily basis. Some people just want to do it themselves. And so I realized that if that's the case, then I better create something unbelievably amazing that gives them the resources, tools, strategies, tips, and knowledge so they can do it themselves. And so they never have to diet again. And so we've done that. So I've got two options for you. I've got the Thrive Forever Fit Flex program, which is my flagship coaching program. And then I've got my Weight Loss Your Way bundle, where if you never want to speak to me, you don't have to. But everything is in that bundle that you would need to lose weight and create that lifestyle that I've been talking about. So if you're interested in either one of those, let me know. I'll drop the links in the show notes. You can reach out to me. If you guys should know how to get a hold of me by now, I'm anywhere and everywhere. And if you message me on email, social media, anywhere, I will get back to you because my number one goal is to help. I want to help you get the life that you deserve and desire. So guys, if you love the show, it would mean the absolute world to me if you would share it, if you would like it, if you'd subscribe to it, if you'd review it. It's the only way that I can help more people. It's the only way that I can continue to fulfill my mission of helping other people overcome the pain that they're living in and to give them some strategies, tips, and tools to help them start living a life that they're really super passionate about. So I appreciate you listening. Love you. And I will be back next week with another Rockstar episode. Be awesome, be cool, be kind to yourself. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Hey, before you go, I'd just like to say thank you again for listening to the Thrive Forever Fit podcast and watching on YouTube. It means the absolute world to me. And if you would do me one favor, and that is simply subscribe and review this podcast on whatever platform it is that you enjoy it on, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, doesn't matter. I would absolutely be so grateful and so thankful if you do that for me. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you again next week with an awesome, awesome episode. Bye.